Welcome back, one and all. Thank you so much for joining us here on Gameyaaad TV. Now, in this video, we will be looking back on the series that West Indies would have played here at home against the South Africa women. That's a full of energy home series here in the West Indies. As you know, prior to this series, West Indies women, they would have gone to England and they would have lost both the T20 and the ODI series there. And in this series that they would have played against South Africa women, they would have lost that ODI series 2 games to 1. Now, I will be just going through the details of the 3 matches, and then I will look on the players that would have stood out for us in this series. So South Africa would have won the toss and elected to take first strike. As you know, that all the matches would have been played at the 3Ws Oval in Barbados, that's the Caville campus. Now, as I would have said, South Africa would have opted to bat first, and they would have piled up 232 on 9 from their allotted 50 overs, right? Tasmin Brits, she was exceptional in this series. She would have made 57 from 65 deliveries with 5-4 and 1-6 at a strike rate of 87.69. She would have gotten support from Nadine de Klerk. She was exceptional also. She made 42 from 38 deliveries with 3 4s and 2 6s at a blistering strike rate of 110.52. Now, the pick of the bowlers for the West Indies women would have been Harris Maramara, would have taken 2 for 44 from her 10 overs, and she was supported by Alia Lane with 2 for 35 from her 8 overs. Janelia Glasgow, Hayley Matthews, and Afi Fletcher would have taken 1 wicket apiece. West Indies, in their reply, in fact, the game would have been affected by heavy rain, and so West Indies would have been, overs would have been reduced to 34 overs, so they needed to make 180 from 34 overs via the Duckworth, Lewis and Stern method. And they would have, in their reply, they would have got off to a really good start with Hayley Matthews and Kiana Joseph at the top. They would have made 88 runs before Hayley Matthews would have been dismissed for 40. She would have made 40 from 44 deliveries with 4-4 and 1-6 at a strike rate of 90.9. Player of the match, Kiana Joseph, would have made 60 from 58 deliveries with 10 4s and 1-6 at a blistering strike rate of 103.44. And Stephanie Taylor would have ensured that West Indies women got over the line without any surprises. She would have been, knocked out on 30 from 34 deliveries with 2-4 and a 6 at a strike rate of 88.23. And that would have ensured that West Indies, won that match by 4 wickets. So West Indies would have made 180 or 6 from 32 overs at a run rate of 5.62. So West Indies would have won that first match against the South Africa women. Now let us jump over now to the second match in the series. And as I would have said earlier, all the matches were played at the 3Ws Oval. West Indies would have won this toss and elected to field, right? And in this second game, South Africa would have piled up a mammoth 309 for 9, right, in their allotted 50 overs. Player of the match, Sonny Liss, she would have made 76 from 65 deliveries with 8 4s at a strike rate of 116. And she was, well supported by Nondumiso Shangaze. She would have made 55 from 48 deliveries with 4 fours and 2 sixes at a strike rate of 114. Now, the pick of the West Indies bowlers would have been Afi Fletcher. She would have taken 4 for 64 from her 10 over. And Afi Fletcher was exceptional in this series, by the way. And she was well supported by Hayley Matthews with 2 for 47 from her 10 overs. And Harisma Ramara would have taken 1 wicket. And Alia Lane would have taken 1 wicket apiece. And most of the bowlers' economy would have been over 5 runs per over. So it was, I think the West Indies bowlers, they were put to the sword in this match. Now, having that scoreboard pressure, I mean, it would be very difficult for West Indies to get 309 runs. And I mean, Hayley Matthews would have led from the front with 56. And she was well supported by Shemaine Campbell with 53. But West Indies would have fallen short. They were bundled out for 269 from their allotted 50 overs. Now, the pick of the South African bowlers would have been Malaba. She would have taken 4 for 33 from her 10 overs. And she was supported by Marizanne Kapp with 2 for 42 from her 6 overs. So now let us turn our attention to the third and final match to see, who would have, taken the series. Having both teams would have been locked 1-1 going into the third match. Now, in this third and final match, South Africa would have been at 278 for 6 45.5 overs when the rain came, right? Tasmin Brits, she was exceptional in this series. In fact, she was player of the match, this third match, as well as player of the series. She was exceptional. And both Laura Woolvard and Tasmin Brits, they would have put on a 184-run partnership in this third and final ODI match. In fact, West Indies did not get a wicket until 26.1 over. Right? They were put to the sword by Laura Woolvard, captain. Would have made 75 from 76 deliveries with 7-4 at a strike rate of 98.68, while Tasmin Brits would have made a brilliant 101 from 91 deliveries with 8 fours and 4 sixes at a strike rate of 110.98. And so, as I would have said earlier, South Africa would have piled up 278 for 6 from 45.5 overs. When it was time for West Indies to bat, there would have been further delays due to heavy rain. And so West Indies would have been set a revised target of 288, and they would have needed to make that 288 runs in 39 overs. And due to that continued scoreboard pressure, West Indies would have been skittled out for 121 from 27.5 overs. From the get-go, West Indies would have been under pressure. Their top 5 made a total of 10 runs between them. Hayley Matthews 8, Kiana Joseph 1, Zadia James 1, Chinel Henry duck. Shemaine Campbell would have made 12. So what would have really propelled West Indies to 121 would have that 65-run partnership between Alia Lane and Jazara Claxton. Jazara Claxton would have made top score with 43 from 32 deliveries with 4 fours and 2 sixes at a strike rate of 134.37, and Alia Lane would have made 32 from 49 deliveries with 1 4 and at a strike rate of 65.30. So West Indies would have lost that match by 166 runs via the Duckworth, Lewis and Stern method. And in the second match, they would have lost that match by 30 runs. They would have won the first match by 4 wickets. As I would have said before, South Africa women would have taken that series 2-1. But I think, West Indies would have seen some improvements, especially in our young players. I think in that last match also, Stephanie Taylor would have been injured. She was unable to bat in that third and final ODI. Jazara Claxton, as I said, she was really good with the bat in that third ODI. She made, career best 43 runs. And Afi Fletcher, in my estimation, she was, the best bowler in the series. She would have taken a total of 8 wickets, at an average of 19.75 with an economy of 5.26, right, at a strike rate of 22.50. Malaba was exceptional as well. She would have taken 7 wickets as well in the series. Now, in terms of batting, I think Tasmin Briggs, she was exceptional, and as I would have said earlier, she was the player of the series, right, with a total of 184 runs scored by her in the series at an average of 61.33, right. Laura Woolvard, captain, she would have made 130 at an average of 43.33. Hayley Matthews was our best batter of the series. She would have amassed 104 runs at an average of 34.66. Right, so as I would have said, we were beaten by the South Africans in the ODI series. Please stay tuned as I will be looking on the T20 series as well. I think one thing we can take from this series that our younger players, they are stepping up. We would have seen even Paxton. She has been bowling really well. I really like how she used up her variation, especially her back of the hand slower ball. She would have used her pace really well, and she has confidence in terms of bowling those variations as well. Afi Fletcher was exceptional, as I would have said before. She was our best bowler in the series. When we needed wickets, she would have stepped up for us in this series. And Relenia Grimond, she has been fielding really well. I really like how she moves around in the field, right? And she as would have made a half century also in England. So I hope that the younger players can continue to put their best foot forward as we seek to play better in our white ball matches. Thank you so much for joining us here on Gameyaaad TV. Please remember to hit that subscribe button. Please remember to like the video and to share your comments down in the comment section. Have a great afternoon. Belo, 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 belo.